Good afternoon. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I'm with you until I don't know. I don't know. This is gonna be a quick show. I say that every day and y'all trick me, but y'all not tricking me today because I do have way too much to do, and I'm tired. I'm tired and I have a lot to do. So, yeah, today really is gonna be a short show. Like if y'all get a whole hour out of me today, man, y'all doing good. Because I don't feel an hour. I don't feel it. Yeah, I don't feel a whole hour. But welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. What a way to start a show. Just complaining. Just complaining. Sometimes you got to be honest. Robert Willis, good afternoon. Louis Talbert, good afternoon to you. Got Erica Hummins in the house representing Reading, good afternoon. And Crystal Hoskins, good afternoon. Anthony Prosser rounding out the top five. Good afternoon to you all. Good afternoon. Thank you guys for being in the top five and for supporting the show. I appreciate y'all. DeAndre Crosby says, yo, what's up, DeAndre? David Herring in the house. Good afternoon, David. Vernon Jordan. Vernon says, damn, okay. That's the way to greet somebody. Good afternoon, Vernon. Drea out in Sycamore Township. Good afternoon. Let me see. Karen Dye Williams in the house representing the West End. Good afternoon, Karen Dye Williams. Good afternoon. David, by the way, says he's representing Butler County. Got Andrea Bustle representing Gulf Manor. Good afternoon. Tria Gaines in the house. The classy people are here. She's representing Avondale. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Crystal Hoskins, I want you early on. Yeah, you were early on in the thing. Representing the Christ Hospital. Good afternoon. Thank you. Timothy Allen says, get hyped. I'm telling you, it's not in me today. It's not in me today. It's not. The callers that normally call in, if they were to call in today, they could run over me today. Yeah. Hold on, something just happened. Hold on. What happened? I don't know why that went away. I'm concerned that something might happen to the live stream as well, because something just happened. But Timothy Allen, good afternoon. Veronica Burdine says, hello everyone from College Hill. So Veronica's representing College Hill. Good afternoon. David says the show ends at 6:30 per contract. So David will be taking over the show probably in about an hour. Fame says, hi guys, I'm up in Hamilton and ready to talk some S. What you doing up in Hamilton? And good afternoon. Good afternoon. Man, stop crying. Get the people what they want. I'm trying. I don't have much in me today. Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. It's my fault. I didn't get no sleep really last night. And then I got up a little early this morning and I've been going ever since. And I hadn't gotten any sleep the night before. So it's like cumulative. So yeah, I got stuff to do. I don't have the energy for none of this. But you got to do what you got to do. Vernon says we appreciate anything you can give us today because we got nothing from an earlier show. What do you mean? I listened to a few minutes of Terrence. I got a chance to listen to about, I'm gonna say probably about 10 minutes of Terrence, the real Terrence Howard, earlier today. And I think I kind of disagree with him about something. When he actually gives his opinion, I can say I agree with that or I disagree with that. Other than that, he really just he's the news. On the news, they're like, oh, our top story today, blah, 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 and they read you the story. Here are the facts. Then they move to the second story. Da, 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 da. Here are the facts. And they move to the third story. Here are the facts. And they give you a feel-good story. Here are the facts. They give you some sports and, some weather. And then, all right, we out. That's my man, Terrence Terrence is my man, but he don't share his thoughts and opinions on hardly anything. It's just like the news. And nobody, look, you people, you mean you like what you like, you don't like what you don't like, different styles and all that kind of stuff. It takes all different things. I just listened to on the way in for the past hour or so. I listened to the tail end of one talk show and the beginning of another talk show. So I listened to about an hour and a half of conservative talk. You know how many phone calls they took in that hour and a half? Zero. They don't really take calls a lot on conservative talk. They really don't. They'll have those little spurts of, you might get 5-10 minutes segments of a show and you get calls. And those calls get 30 seconds, 45 seconds. If they think they're really good and they're making a point, then they might give them a minute. Boom, they're out of there. So it's different styles. But yeah, my man Terrence, he don't give us no opinion. He's the news. Fame.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Oh, I'm pleasant. Got a couple of things I want to talk about. Off top, I heard your uninspiring phone call the other day, B. Raby. Very uninspiring. Pretty much like your first phone call. See, here's the thing. Like I always say, I'm the camera of the Emanuel show. I'm the camera of the Wyatt show. I'm just the camera of Cincinnati. I blow up the negatives so that people can see the bigger picture.
All right.
And that's what I'm about to do with you, B. Rabies, because
he's talking about B-Rab, by the way, y'all, if y'all didn't know.
I'm sorry?
No, I'm just clarifying for the people. When you say B-Raby, you're talking about B-Rab, the caller who called in a few days ago.
Oh, it's not B. His name ain't B. Rabies?
And he, he talked about his grandma passing away and all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, first of all, when I called and confirmed that you probably are gay, because you asked the question, it was such a random question within your own phone call or a random statement. Like, I don't think I'm gay or something. Whatever he said, it was just so random, like nobody was thinking that.
I do not recall him saying that at all.
He did on his not the most recent call, the call before that.
Okay.
He did, and here's the coup de grace. When I said that, I said I beg to differ. I think you are. When I said that, here's the negative that I'm bringing out to you, B. Rabies. Nobody in the audience disagreed with me. They were all listening and active listeners, and nobody disagreed. That's because they heard your inflection. They tried to deal with your energy, and they realized something's off about this guy. And then the next time you call in talking about how your grandma died and all this stuff. I don't know. That's just me. I just don't understand the point of calling into a talk show where nobody knows me talking about my grandma died.
Well, hold on.
Putting all my business out there.
Now, I'm defending. We talked to him one day. He was on the phone at his grandma's house, and so he talked a little bit about his grandma. Not to mention, we family over here, man. If something go down, just like, if it's your birthday, let us know. You know what I'm saying? We might do something a little special for you. And on your highs, let us know. And on them lows, let us know. And, maybe we can help lift you up. That's what family do.
Yeah, it is what family do. But, this is the afternoon experiment or whatever. So, I don't know if this is a family or culture.
It's family.
You understand? Big difference. And when I say culture, I don't mean black culture. It's science. You would have called it. The scientists called it. But B. Rabies, that's what I'm talking about. See, I blow up the negatives so that you can see the bigger picture. The bigger picture for you to see and all that is that apparently the audience thinks you are too. And you do shit to go hanging out with your grandma at 40 years old. Only little boys from the South do that.
What is wrong with if my grandma was here today, if my grandmama was still alive, I would go hang out with her.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
You telling a black ass lie.
I'm telling you the
No,
truth.
you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
Yes,
I don't believe you. Put it like this. I just heard the guy's phone call. I didn't like his energy. I didn't like his statements and everything. It just sounded off. Didn't sound very masculine. It was more effeminate than anything.
That's terrible. That is terrible.
And the reason I'm calling him, and I'm intentionally calling B rabies, you know why? Because he's out of his rabbit ass mind coming at me like that. So he's got to have rabies.
I don't remember what he said about you. What did he say about you?
Nothing. He just tried to mock my slogan, mock my how.
Oh, that's right.
You know
he did. Yeah.
All that little corny ass, punk ass, uninspiring shit. Like on the same day you talk about you're grieving your grandma, you want to make fun of my how. Wow, something's wrong with you, dude. I don't know about you right there, son. You know what I'm saying? But there was something I wanted to talk. Oh, you was talking about Terrence Howard. I caught him maybe 10 minutes of his show, and I thought he was kind of wish-washy, but that was my first time. But I ain't going to say nothing bad about it because I rock with Terrence. We used to work out together. He kind of swole. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I will say this. Something that he brought up was something that was talked about on his show that I haven't had seen talked about. And I got to be honest, Mr. Keith Wyatt let his audience down by not talking about it. That's Adrian Broner being involved in a gambling ring.
Allegedly.
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 Allegedly, right. Well, okay, apparently he's fixing dice games and whatnot. And see, I talked to a lawyer friend. They said, well, the feds ain't really probably worried about him right now unless they found out that there was some sports betting fixing going on. I'm like, well, with that kind of money, there more likely was some sports betting fixing going on. Because there's no way he's gambling with NBA players and winning and sticking them up for millions of dollars and not telling them you want it back. You know what I'm saying? Once you let me take you for your threes on Thursday, and you just go out with an injury or something. Make sure it don't hit, because there's been several of those sports betting rings that have been knocked off in the past couple of years that involve NBA players. Okay. One of them, Michael Porter Jr.'s brother, was involved in one of them.
Okay.
So and I just kind of felt like with the local connection, of Adrian Broner, I thought that the local news was kind of remiss in not discussing that, especially him being a boxer and being close to a boxing promoter.
Okay.
And because at one point, if I'm not mistaken, didn't Broner lose like 5 out of 7 fights?
I don't know about that. I don't know.
He lost 5 out of 7, 4 out of 6. He lost quite a few where he was very uninspired in his performance, looking like he probably threw the fight. I'll tell you, basically, I say all that to say this: Broner's a dickhead, and it's kind of unraveling right in front of us, and like we just never really talked about it because he's local. We've always tried to support the local guy. No, he's been a dickhead for about 10 years now. It's just starting to come out on him. You know what I'm saying?
If you look, you got a right to feel how you want to feel about him. I've only met the brother one time, kind of in passing. He was at the studio, and he spoke, and I spoke to him, and that was it. So I don't have enough experience with him to challenge you one way or the other.
Okay, well said. But yeah, that's all I got about that. Anyway, I just kind of felt like local podcasters and media should have been all over that with him because of his history. But at any rate, Emanuel,
hold on before you finish and get to howling and stuff. This NCAA tournament, I am 100% rooting against, not betting because I don't bet, but I'm 100% rooting against every SEC team. I want to see anybody win it but the SEC. Do you buy into all of the hype of the SEC in this tournament? Are they, as I heard one sports announcer proclaim, the greatest conference in the history of sport?
Oh no, no, they're not. They bought, they went extra hard on the NIL money. And then plus you're going in Florida. I mean, if you're in Florida, in the South, period. It's a different kind of woman down there for a 19-year-old man to be involved with. You know what I'm saying? You come up here to Ohio, you're gonna deal with women with cankles. You go down there, you're with Florida women, Alabama women. It's just a different kind of women down there. I'm not too impressed with them. They'll fall out this weekend. It's gonna be Michigan State. It'll be Michigan State and Duke.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just to sum it up for you, it'll be Michigan State and Duke. Alabama. Who was that team? Alabama, Auburn. Schools like them, they're not traditional basketball powers. I wouldn't. They're gonna have a nice weekend. But it is this weekend. They had one nice weekend. It ends this weekend. Either sometime before Sunday, you won't hear about anybody from Alabama, Auburn, Florida. You won't hear from those schools.
All that, yeah. Okay, all right. I just wanted your take on it.
Oh, okay, not a problem. Always, and I appreciate you asking. Because it remains a pleasure to be a part of your show, and I just wanted to tell everybody that I had fun. And we'll try this again sometime soon. But until then, I need everybody to behave and be rabies. This is why I howl and you bark. Oh! Bastard.
Right. That's fame. I don't know why he beefing with B-Rab. B-Rab is all right with me. I've never asked him if he gay. Does it matter? Does it matter? But, okay. That was fame. Lamont in the house. Good afternoon, Lamont. I didn't even finish with saying hello. Good afternoon, Lamont Jones. Terry Anderson representing downtown. Good afternoon. Sierra Brooks out there in Boston. Good afternoon to you. I'm not getting ready to rob nobody. Kim Moore Everhart. Good afternoon to you. I think I said Vincent. Reese Mooney in the house. Good afternoon, Reese Mooney. Good afternoon to you. Scott Bain in the house. Good afternoon. Representing Bond Hill. He said he painting a house. Who paints a house nowadays? Just get exciting. Carolyn Smith. Good afternoon. Got Nikki Carter in the house. Good afternoon. Nat Turner. Good afternoon to you. Let me see. Mike D. Ballard Sr. representing Woodlawn. Good afternoon to you. Shannon C. in the house. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Shannon say Terrence said Sharon Moore is above his pay grade. All right. Y'all don't understand. I like Terrence. He know. I like Terrence. I think he's a good guy. I think he's kind of becoming a little more comfortable in the spot that he's in. I did hear him share two opinions on two of his stories today. If he did that more, I would be so much more excited. I'm always excited when I hear that he's gonna be on, and I do my best to check him out. But yeah, I like it when he shares his thoughts and opinions because he's one of the most. And this is really it. If I knew Terrence to be an uninteresting guy, I would probably be like, bro, just do the news. Just do the news. Just read story after story after story after story after story. Just keep reading stories. Because you don't have any personality, so it wouldn't matter. But because I know him and I know his personality, if he let y'all see his personality through the way that he does a talk show, it'd be one of the best talk shows out. Period. It'd be one of the best talk shows out. But he doesn't do it enough. And so, he's really kind of relegated to being a news anchor. Just read the story. Read the next story. Read the next story. Read the next story. Take a break. Read the next story. Read the next story. Read the next story. Take a break. Oh, I want Terrence to come out. He is such an interesting guy. CK?
Yeah, man, I was just listening to your phone call about Terrence Howard, and I tend to agree with you, man. It's like these black radio hosts. It's like they don't really get the chance to fly, to spread their wings, so to speak. You know what I mean? I see the same thing with Lincoln, where this guy Terrence is much more entertaining than dry body Lincoln. Don't nobody want to hear that dry stuff. You need a more younger perspective. I mean, Lincoln has been trained to, he don't even have a take on stuff no more. He's just, hey, it's just, so the personality is gone. So pass it down to the younger guy, you know what I mean, Terrence Hart, you know what I mean, let him do it. But it seems like they don't want to let y'all go to the, next level. That's what it seems like.
Well, I don't know who you think they are. Nobody is stopping them. Here's what I'll say. I think Lincoln Ware is one of the most entertaining talk shows. The Lincoln Ware Show is one of the most entertaining talk shows that I've ever heard. Ever. But it's not
dry.
Because
it's driven by the callers. How can you say that?
No, you're
driven
right.
By the callers.
Oh my God, you're right. It is driven by the callers, which is that the callers are entertaining. It is not driven by Lincoln Ware. You're correct about that. Lincoln Ware's ideal show would be literally Lincoln's ideal show would be to open up the mic. And then open up the phone lines. That would be his ideal show. He ain't got to say nothing. Just, okay, we're taking a break. And then come back. Okay, we're back. Let's go back to the phones. That would be his ideal show. He wouldn't have to say anything.
Hey.
But.
Well, hold on, man. So where did he get? Was that original? Did he at least come up with that long ass good boy? Or he stole that from somebody too?
He stole that from the movie Good Morning Vietnam. Robin Williams. Yeah.
I told you, the more you analyze this guy, the more you see it ain't much there, man. It ain't a lot of special effects.
No,
straight up and down.
But
it ain't a lot there, man.
His show is one of the most entertaining shows that you're ever going to hear. It is.
Listen, I'm about to start naming them, and when I start naming them, listen, they're gonna knock them off, knock them straight up, knock them out the box, Rick, knock them out. Because, like you said, you have to have more spunk and more personality. You have to be like a guy like Stephen A. Smith. Compare his personality to a Lincoln Ware. Come on now. And he's been in the game 20 less years, sir. You got 30 years on Stephen A. Smith. Look what he's done in his shorter time, and look at what Lincoln did with his dry body Cincinnati. Living off the callers.
I'm not
You're
sure
limiting yourself.
I'm not sure that that's fair. I'm not sure that that's fair. Not sure that that's fair at all.
I think you're giving him a lot of credit just because he's from Cincinnati and you from Cincinnati.
No, it's not.
You're not giving him. Yeah.
I promise you, I don't give him credit because he's from Cincinnati.
Okay.
I give him credit because here's one thing that people don't understand. Like, he has a certain, I don't know exactly what you would call it. I'm gonna call it foresight. Like, Lincoln knows. Maybe foresight ain't the best thing, but Lincoln knows what people like. Lincoln knows, how to give the people what they like. Whether, he knows that people like them crazy callers. So he has them on. He knows that people get mad when the white lion calls in. So he gives him, feel like 10 minutes. He understands this is what's going to keep people here listening to this show. And so that's what he gives them. And that is a skill in and of itself.
Hold on. I'm about to give you the perfect analogy, sir. And please be honest. Lincoln is the equivalent of Johnny Carson and Jay Leno. Yes, they got big platforms and everything, but when you look at their talent level, they can't mess with Arsenio. You know what I mean? They not as skilled as a Steve Harvey. You see what I mean? They got big platforms, but they ain't got no talent. Where's the talent? I mean, what's your opinion on that? Do you think? Because I see talent in Charlemagne. I don't see too much talent in Lincoln. It's like he just hey.
But that is a talent. It's I was about to give
That's
you something.
Okay.
That is a talent itself. His knowing who to put on the air, knowing how to react to them, to get the most from those crazy callers, because he could easily hear a Bernadette and just cut it, but he knows how to. Ooh, I was about to say something. He knows how to ask those questions to pull out what he needs out of Bernadette to make that an somewhat interesting and definitely entertaining phone call. He has that ability.
Okay, all right. Like I showed you, my favorite caller was Sister France. Okay, I see what you're saying. I kind of do see what you're saying. But do you see what I'm saying when I gave you those names, Jay Leno, Johnny Carson, where I compared them to Lincoln, where yes, they do have guests on, but they whole stick is nothing. Like they don't add nothing. Like Johnny is not missed. Like you're like, oh, I can't wait to see Johnny. No, you can't wait to see who Johnny gonna have on, right? But you don't look at it for Johnny Carson, right? I mean, what was your stance when it was on?
Look, there is something to that, but at the same time, that's okay. If you even just look at the Tonight Show, just taking your example, right? So you had Johnny Carson, you had Jay Leno. Who was the other? They had what? Conan O'Brien hosted that for a minute, didn't he?
Yeah, now he was the most talented. He was the most talented.
But
yes, sir. He was the most talented.
But his stint was not successful.
Yes, because Jay came back bitter. He came back bitter, Livingston.
But that ain't
came
why.
Came back very bitter.
But that's not why. Now, it was the same show. It was the same producers. But Conan being there didn't do what Jay did. It didn't do what Johnny did. It didn't do who's the current guy, what he does. There is something about the host, even though you're just bringing people on, there's something, gotta be something to capture you with the host, to want to watch that host with all of those different people.
Who did you prefer? Who did you prefer, the Tonight Show with Jay Leno or Conan O'Brien with Conan O'Brien?
I didn't really watch it with Jay or with Conan. I don't know. Something about, again, it's just something about those two guys that I'm like, I don't really want to watch them. And I was too young to be really checking out Johnny Carson. I only watched that when I lived with my grandparents because they watched it all the time. But, I don't know.
These guys, they like the Rat Pack. You look at the Rat Pack, man, they gangsters, man. They just do that on the side. You don't look at the Rat Pack as entertainers. You look at them as drug dealers. You see what I mean? That happen to do shows.
I think you're wrong. I think you're shortchanging Lincoln. And I just do. I think you're shortchanging Lincoln, and that's that.
Yeah, I get you. I mean, but no, you made a great point, though. You made a great point. I see what you're saying. You're saying his talent is the calls and the way he breaks, like, you know, how he talks to the call.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's not a smart man, right? And, I mean, he's barely literate. But he really does understand what the people want, and he's able to give that to them. And that is a talent. Because
when I'm looking at it, you know, I compare these guys, Bill Cunningham and Lincoln Ware.
Oh, you can't compare those. Here, let me tell you, and this is a same analogy. I gave the same analogy to Lincoln Ware himself. All right, say you like TV shows about medicine, right? You like to watch doctors do what doctors do, right? You can't then go in and I'm going to give you a documentary about a doctor doing brain surgery. I'm going to give you ER and I'm going to give you Scrubs and tell you, here is Dr. Program. Lincoln would be Scrubs all day and Cunningham would be, more along the lines of ER. Whereas neither one of them is close to an actual documentary. That would be, NPR or something like that. But you can't compare, I like doctor programs. Well, what kind of doctor program do you want to see? You want to see a slapstick comedy-ish thing? Or you want to see more of a dramatic relationships and all of that kind of stuff? Because if you want to see one, but you see the other, you're not going to like it. But if you like slapstick comedy, you might like Scrubs is the best TV show ever. If you like drama and honor, you like ER is the best TV show ever. But you can't compare the two. So that's what I see when you're comparing, Bill Cunningham and Lincoln Ware. You can't. They're not the same genre.
Yeah, and when we're talking about radio, the legendary Wendy Williams, she put me on the game when she said, you're either going to be a person of the people or a person of the industry. See, if you're a person of the industry, now you're handicapped. See what I mean? Now you're trying to get into those parties, those dinners, so you can't be as honest as you would normally be from your real perception. But if you're a person of the people, then you're talking like us, like from the outside. But if you get in them crowds, now you out there, you might don't want to criticize Whitney Houston album because you went to lunch with Whitney Houston a couple of weeks ago. You see what I mean? That's what Wendy Williams put me on the game too.
Okay, I'm not 100% sure what any of that means.
That means you're a radio personality, right? It's like with your interview with Princess Diana Ross' daughter. When you interviewed that woman, you interviewed her like a normal person. You wasn't, oh my God, it's so great to be in your presence. See, that's a person of the industry. See what I mean? You interviewed her as the Wendy Williams style. So what's up, bitch? What you got going on? See what I mean? And y'all got into it. See what I mean? You didn't hype her up. You didn't put her on a pedestal.
Well,
and that's why Wendy was so successful. She talked to those celebrities like they were nothing. She told their secrets, their dark, deep secrets. See what I mean? And it's made her very successful in the radio world, sir.
I just think some people are drawn to certain personalities, and everybody got their own thing and the way that they do things, and it's hard to say this is better than that. It's just different, and that's what you're drawn to.
Yeah, but like you said, when you told us about the success he was having on the financial game, that was surprising. You know what I mean? I didn't know that the Buzz could produce that type of payout. To one person. You know what I mean? I mean, listening to the station, it didn't sound like they giving out six-figure checks.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But you're saying this is from robbing everybody else and just saying one person.
I did not say that. I didn't say that at all. He earns that money by being who he is.
Yeah, the DJ. Yeah, I think that's what he is. He's more of a D. He like DJ Envy. Envy don't make the show. Charlamagne make the show.
I don't watch that show, so I'm all of the Breakfast Club parallels I'm not getting.
Oh yeah, I wish, because then you would see the substance. It's about substance when you're in this game, and like you said, when you're a person of the people, then you have a lot of substance. You can relate to everyone. But once you become a person of the industry, now you're relatable to the celebrities, Livingston. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. Okay. Now you can understand them. And the other way, you're making them understand you.
All right.
Yes, sir. Praise the Lord. God bless everyone in your family.
Same to you, sir. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
All right. That was CK. Shahira said, have you reached out to him and given him this advice personally? Yeah. He actually called in one day after he had sat in one day and asked kind of for an impromptu air check, and we did it live on the afternoon experiment. So yeah, I don't know why he being Terrence, I don't know why he won't let that personality shine through. If you spent, again, different people like different things. all the time that I've spent with Terrence, and we spent a lot of time at that radio station together talking and you know, whatnot. I think he's one of the most fascinating people. Number one, he is hilarious. You're not going to spend no significant amount of time with Terrence not laughing. He is very intelligent. He's, you know, thought-provoking. The way that he looks at things can make you, I won't say it make you change your mind, but it'll make you, I never looked at it that way. He's one of those people, you know. I just want him to feel more comfortable to share that part of him. But again, I'm just saying what I want him to do. That's just me. That don't mean that's what he wants to do. I'm sure he's comfortable doing what he's doing. And I like listening to him. I'm comparing it, the radio version of Terrence to the real life version of Terrence. And I would much rather hear the real life version of Terrence any day of the week. Any day of the week, I would rather hear the real life version of Terrence. But I'm not saying he's not doing a good job. I would just like to see more of Terrence's personality come out. That's it. That's it. Anthony said he good. He just need to exude more of his personality into the show. Yes, exactly. Vernon said Terrence is not a talk show host. He's much better sidekick than host. He's out of his lane as a host, but it's not his fault. It's only because the buzz is cheap. I disagree. Well, I partially disagree. I think Terrence is a great on-air personality. He's a great on-air personality. He's great as a, if you want to call it, sidekick. He's great at that. And if you ever listen to him when he does the music radio and stuff like that, he brings a little bit more of his personality to that than he does to the talk piece. He is, I'm telling you, the guy can, yeah. Now, in all honesty, he may not want to do that, because when you do that and you're dealing with a person who's kind of shallow and insecure, the dynamic that those two have going on is good. Like, everybody sees it. Like, Lincoln is just happy now. But if he thought, like, ooh, Terrence is getting really good at this talk piece, I don't think he'd be that happy. They would end up arguing about nonsense, because when you're insecure, somebody else's strengths is like an attack on you. So maybe he's smart enough to, you know, say, hey, let me just lay back and one of them, would you rather be right or would you rather be happy? And I'd rather be happy, but not me. I'd rather be right. And if those are my choices, I'm gonna be right, and I'll go find happiness somewhere else, because I'm not gonna not be, you know what I'm saying? So, but he shared his opinion, and I just heard a little bit of it. There's a little video, whatever, with the one where he was talking about the gay boy. I hate to say gay boy. I hate to say that. It sounds diminishing. I don't mean to diminish the gay boy, but I don't know his name. But the gay boy and his daddy taking him to the prom, and he was out there with a suit or whatever, or dressed up. And he was saying, Terrence was saying, look, if it was me, I would rather just accept that and, you know, have a good relationship with my son, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I wouldn't have necessarily a huge problem if my son was gay. I would have a bigger problem, though, if he walked around dressing like a woman. I don't care. You gay, okay? You be with dudes. You like dudes. You sexually attracted to dudes. Okay, but you're not a dude. Why are you wearing makeup and stuff? You can like dudes and not act like that. Not do all of that. That's not gay. makeup is not gay. I mean, it's kind of gay, but it's wearing makeup is not. You know what I'm saying? Because either way I say it, it ain't gonna sound right. But if you gay, you ain't gotta wear makeup to be gay. You gotta wear dresses and stuff, you know, to be gay. You don't have to do all of that. Just be gay. Shelly.
Hey, what's up?
Shelly, how are you?
Actually, I'm all right. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. What's on your mind?
I want to comment about the gay boy.
Okay.
Remember Maury Povich would have those shows and they'd bring on the fat kids that didn't have any friends and do makeovers and stuff?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't? Well, anyways, I was always bothered because when I lived in Fairfield, there was this fat girl from Hamilton named Phoebe Four. And she was so popular. She was a cheerleader, she was this, and she was popular. She was fat. So here's my thing with the gay boy. It's not because he's gay. It's because he's lame.
What?
Why do you have his dad go with him? Why do you have a date to the dance?
I don't. That is an interesting thought. I never knew somebody to have maybe it was a father-daughter prom or something. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, now he's even more lame for going with his daddy.
I can't necessarily disagree with you.
What? Say that again, please. I want to just remember this moment.
I won't say it again, but
all right then.
But okay. I don't understand. I didn't understand it either when I saw it. Even just the father takes his son to the prom, and I'm like, that sounds weird.
His son ain't got no friends.
Well, he might have friends. I don't understand. Maybe somebody know more than I do, but I don't understand why a father would I would never take my daughter to her prom.
Because your daughter's got friends.
Yeah.
And they want to blame it on him being gay instead of blaming it on him being lame.
I don't know if he's lame or not.
All right. Well, that's all.
All right. Hey, what are you feeling about this whole Trump regime right now?
Well, I think RFK is Nepo baby. I like Cash Patel. I think Pam Bondi was picked because she was the AG in Florida when all the foster girls were being fed to Epstein. And AGs are the ones that, cover for the foster care crap. Because nobody asks where the children come from. Well, 80% of the 80% of the kids trafficked come from foster care. So basically, she knows, and Trump's putting her on blast because that's what he does. He's saying, "Look at this dumb bitch," because she's all talk.
But these are your people.
They ain't my people.
They are. You voted for Trump. You were a big.
I didn't vote.
What?
Okay. Well, okay. Why are you still hooked on Trump and not calling out Alicia Reese and?
Hold on. I'm not asking you about Alicia Reese. I'm talking about Trump right now. Oh, why do y'all do that? Why do, when somebody say, hey, Donald Trump, y'all like, hey, let's talk about this. That's anything but Donald Trump. He's the freaking president.
I'll tell you why.
Because you're ashamed of him?
I don't care about, first of all, I don't care. We've been over this for years now, E. I don't care about that as much as I care about local stuff.
But we're not talking about local stuff, right? Did you vote in the national election?
Not this time, no.
You did. Oh, see, why y'all doing that? Why are y'all pretending? It's funny. All of these people, are you a Republican or a Democrat?
I've been a registered independent voter my whole life.
And I figured you was going to say you was an independent. All of these so-called independents who ain't really independents, who was supporting Donald Trump up until he got into office, all y'all just decided to not vote?
I voted locally. I voted for Connie Pillage and not Melissa Powers.
So you just decided, I support Trump, I want Trump in office, but I'm not going to vote for him.
No, I didn't. Okay, what? Biden? Kamala Harris? Come on, Kamala Harris ain't.
Right. So you voted for Trump.
I voted. If I would have voted, I would not have voted for Kamala.
Now you just did y'all not, look, there's no part of me, Shelley, that believes all of y'all independent Republicans just sat out this election. Y'all didn't sit out.
know.
Now, y'all just don't want to admit that y'all voted for Trump. And
Who's
why
y'all?
not?
Who's y'all?
You. People like you.
Well, you know, most of the young black boys in Cincinnati are fans of Trump.
That's not true. That's actually a stupid thing to say. But what does that have to do with the fact that you trying to pretend that you didn't vote for Trump? Why
you
can't
gotta
y'all
have
just
someone
admit
like Trump.
that y'all voted, you like Trump and you voted for him?
What do you mean I like Trump?
I mean, what part of that did you not understand?
What do you mean I like him, though? It's not about liking him. I think that he doesn't take no crap, which I like. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not a Republican.
Wait, just so I'm clear, so you understand what it means to like someone, right?
Well, respect and like her.
That's not what I asked you. You understand what it means to like someone, right?
Well, okay, I stayed in Trump's hotels when I was growing up on the East Coast.
You're not
He's
answering
a
my question.
businessman.
You're trying to
He's a
avoid the question.
businessman.
Do you understand what it means to like someone?
No, I don't.
But you just said that you like Trump. He don't take no crap, and I like that. So you understand what it means to like something, right?
I can like someone's ways, and not necessarily like them personally. Like doesn't mean I want to
so
be his
you
friend.
do understand what it means to like something, right?
Okay, I think he's a boss, right?
Hold on, you're still not answering my question. This is a
Okay,
really
I like
simple
his
question.
ways.
This is a really simple question. Do you understand what it means to like something?
Well, first of all, none of your questions are simple. We know
This
that.
one is super simple. Do you
I like him. I like.
do you understand what it means to like something?
Okay, well, I like him just as much as I like Tamaya Denard. You know what I'm saying?
All right, you won't answer the question. I'm not going to ask the same question just 150 times. This is 149. But yeah, no. You voted for Donald Trump. You voted for Donald Trump. I don't understand why. Look, Ron and others, you can't convince me that you spent, 2-3 years trying to convince everybody that you could to vote for Donald Trump. And then on the day of the election, you decided, I'm not going to vote for Donald Trump. I'm not falling for that. I don't know about, y'all can fall for it if you want to. Y'all can believe people when they tell you, I didn't vote for Trump. But if you spent 2 years trying to convince every person that you could to vote for Donald Trump, and you went and voted, you're not convincing me that you did not vote for Donald Trump. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm not sorry. I'm not falling for that. And I don't even understand the reason that you won't admit it. I kind of do. Because when he do stuff, like when his administration includes a reporter on basically an intelligence report about upcoming military action, you can say, I didn't vote for him. It gives you some sort of deniability. So you can hype it up when you think he's doing something good. You can hype it up. Oh, look at this. Oh, this is so good. Oh, look at this. This is so good. When he mess up, like we keep seeing, well, I didn't vote for him. I didn't vote for him. Because you don't want people, I guess, like me to say, you're partially responsible for that, don't you? You're partially responsible for that, don't you? I didn't vote for him. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You could trick some people into believing that, but you can't trick me into believing that. Vernon says, how's she know what the black boys in Cincinnati are fans of? That's why I said it was stupid. No, she doesn't know that. That's the stuff that they keep trying to implant in our heads. They just keep trying to implant. And you know, there really is a theory that if you just keep saying something over and over, just by virtue of you repeating it, it becomes fact to some people. It just becomes a fact. So if you say, you know, the young black people, they support Trump. Like, no, they don't. But you just keep hearing it. After you done heard it for about a year and a half, you're like, oh. It's one of the, here's the phenomenon that supports it, right? You ever bought a new car? All of us have gotten a new car. Maybe not brand new, but, you know, new to us. Of course, before you got that Jeep, before you got that Dodge, I'm sorry, some of y'all rich. Before you got that, what's the fancy rich car? Lexus. Some of y'all like Lexus, Mercedes, BMWs. You didn't even hardly notice them cars when you was riding around. But as soon as you got yours, you see everybody's. What? That's the same Lexus as mine. What? That's the same BMW as mine. What? That's the same Dodge as I got. So when I put it in your head for 2 straight years that, you know, young black people really like Trump, you know what you're going to start noticing? Every time you hear one of these so-called independent black young people talk about they like Trump, you're going to notice it. Like, I've been hearing that for 2 years, and now I'm seeing it. Yeah, they do like Trump. There's another one. He said he liked Trump. There was another one. He said he liked another one. Another one. Yeah, you're going to start noticing it. It don't mean it's true. It's just one of those phenomenons that happens. Caller.
Hey, Emanuel, it's Marquetta.
Hey, Marquetta.
How you?
I'm fantastic, and you?
I just had to give you a call. Somebody was inboxing me. I don't really talk or listen too much to your show.
Oh, shame on you,
buzz.
Marquetta. Shame on you.
I'm not welcome here. Be
You're
for real. I'm listening to you.
You're very welcome here.
You know what? I've been talking with you, and I've always told you, out of everybody that I talk with, as far as, I mean, besides Wyatt, on the buzz in general, you've always seemed to be the most balanced. You know what I mean? You seem to be able to, from your perspective, look at things and be like, okay, I can see your perspective, even though I don't agree with it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So congrats to you. Kudos to you on that.
Thank you. I want to thank my mom. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I chimed in because I was listening to you go off on Shelly. Is that the Shelly that used to call you on the buzz?
Yeah, that's Shelly. The one don't wear no shoes. Dirty
she from
feet.
Price Hill?
I don't remember where she's from, but I think she might be from Price Hill, or at least she spent some time in Price Hill walking around with no shoes on.
Hey, I ain't mad at her for being honest.
No,
because,
I'm not mad at her either.
Because that's something that me and you will agree to disagree about. We have more, and we don't hate white people as much as we like to think and say we do, because the people who are our neighbors or people that we work with or people that we go to football games and basketball games and get excited about American politics with are usually white people, and we share culture, and we're not walking around, I hate white people, and, you know, to our neighbors and our coworkers. At least I haven't experienced that. Do you do that?
I definitely don't. Some of my best friends are white people. I've had white people over my house for dinner.
I got white people in my family. Some of my aunts and cousins is mixed. So I already know that is kind of out the window. We might have our prejudices, but we're not excluding, and I don't see them excluding us from each other the way that the media pushes that we just hate black people just hate white people. The black woman, the black man is just so racist. I don't believe that. But we can look at politics and see the dichotomy of racism and speak on that. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. So this is for your fans who be harassing me and inboxing me, and I don't know you. I know Emanuel by calling in and having conversations with him. Have I ever spoken positively about an American president?
I can't say that you have necessarily. No.
Starting with George Bush Jr. when he was reading the book about the goat upside down, acting like he didn't know what happened with 9/11, invading Iraq, raping kids, robbing them of gold, eventually having the people kill Saddam Hussein. I used to call your station because it was not you, because you was on the back end, but I used to call your station and be adamant that we should not be at war because, one, it was illegal. Two, we black, we ain't got no business encouraging world war or genocide anywhere when we ain't got reparations yet. That's been my position for years. And when it came to Obama, when Obama came in, and he's a black man with a white mama, and I remember telling y'all, he got a white mama. He looked just like his grandfather with black skin. And so I criticized him. The Affordable Care Act, the same way that you can look at all the presidents and name something bad, you can name something good. Obama did give us the Affordable Care Act. He actually saved the American hospital systems because George Bush and the way they was doing things, people were dying in the emergency rooms. Remember that? People was in the waiting rooms dying.
I don't
mostly
remember
black
that,
people.
But
it was a case you talked about it on one of your shows.
I don't remember it.
So
I'm just saying I don't remember it. I'm not saying it ain't true. I don't remember it.
Okay, black people were dying in the emergency room. They weren't able to access urgent care. Rural hospitals were just funky, and so they had to close a lot of them. With the Affordable Health Care Act came health information technology, the electronic health record. Rural hospitals began to get downsized, and other hospitals began to get federal dollars to help them with the new technology, okay? But at the same time, Barack Obama, at the behest of Hillary Clinton, invaded Libya. That's a big problem for me because it brought back slavery. They killed Gaddafi, and it unleashed slave markets, open-air slave markets. He also was encouraging al-Shabaab in Nigeria. Remember, we got to save the girls, save our girls. Remember? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay. Then we got, who did we get after Obama? Was it Clinton?
It was Trump.
Oh, that's right. You couldn't get Clinton in because Bernie Sanders was who people was excited about. But Bernie Sanders decided to forego his audience and give his support to Hillary Clinton. And Donald Trump wind up winning over her. Mm-hmm. And she's the Wicked Witch of the West. She's the Wicked Witch of the West. She deserves a Nuremberg trial. She deserves to be put on a Nuremberg trial for all the dirty dealings in America. But let's talk about Trump's current thing that he's doing. He president, right?
Well,
or is he a king? Which one is it?
I thought you was going to talk about the bad stuff that Trump did in his first administration.
Oh, what did he do bad in his first administration? You know what? I was listening more than I was talking back then. I do remember he wouldn't get COVID help for people, and people was dying all over the place because of COVID. And I remember Kamala Harris saying, "Don't take the vaccine while he president." I remember, what else I remember about President Trump's first? I don't know. I was going through a lot. What do you remember bad or good about his first I know what I remember about Trump. When T.I. came on the Breakfast Club, and he had pointed out that they had, I think it was empowerment zones or something for black people in Atlanta. And those really didn't work because it depended on how many people or something that was in the community before you would even be eligible for federal dollars. But basically the point that I'm getting at is that all the U.S. presidents have committed genocide in the name of Israel. All of the U.S. presidents, all of them since I've been alive, has committed some form of genocide, some form. And black Americans have always been complaining. When I was younger and Bill Clinton was in office, we was complaining then. What do you remember good or bad about Trump's first? Refresh my memory. Help me. What war did he start?
Well, I remember he did a lot of lying. And
yeah, he had lies like every 1,000. I remember that the article was he lied every 1,000. He had 1,000 lies per speech or something like that. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
And more than anything, of course, I remember COVID and how he was, partially culpable for millions of people dying because he basically told people that it wasn't very serious.
That nigga said drink bleach.
And yeah, he did mention that maybe we could inject people with disinfectant, and he just a lot of nonsense. But I think he was definitely a large part of being responsible for why millions of people died.
But what about where COVID originated? Does that matter?
No, not in the context of his actions, no.
So what could he have done better to protect?
Truth.
Should
he could have told people, like, look, y'all, this is very serious. This ain't no joke. This ain't nothing to play with. And we need to take it serious instead of telling people. What happened to COVID? Instead of telling people it was going to go away when it got warm, or just all of the nonsense that he did. Yeah. So it wouldn't matter where it came from, but if the person on top would have seemed like he was taking it serious from the beginning, I think more people would have taken it serious, and it
help me understand. I remember because I was going through some things right then. Was it him or was it the Biden administration that said you're gonna get fired if you don't get the shot?
Well, apparently that was the Biden administration.
Okay, was it him or was it the Biden administration that said wear the face mask?
Well, I guess initially it was him who said don't wear the face masks, and then they changed it to wear face masks. And then Biden, I think by the time Biden came in, we were kind of phasing out face masks because they had the vaccine.
Did George Floyd happen under Trump? I remember calling you that day.
I believe George Floyd did happen under Trump.
Okay. And the dude wound up going to prison.
Yeah, but Trump didn't think it was a big deal. Trump felt like Black Lives Matter and people protesting for black people to have equal rights and not be murdered by law enforcement. He felt like the people who felt that way were terrorists.
Okay, thanks for the reminder. Because I agree with Trump's second term and what he has done so far on some things. Some things you're going to get. So I heard Brother DeJuan B say you're going to find some small wins and some big losses. And one of the big things that was, because I heard you, I was listening to you talking to Shelley, and you were saying it was people for 2 years just chanting down Kamala Harris. The Democratic Party right now is like a 27% approval rate. When we look at what they say won the election, it wasn't because Republicans stayed home. It was because half of the people who voted for Biden stayed home. So you didn't. Okay. He won by maybe 31%. She lost by. She was maybe at 30%, but it wasn't the total population vote. It was people. You can't count the third party. They was only like 4% of the vote. it was the 18 million people who stayed home that gave Trump the election. So he won, but it wasn't because people voted for it. It was because people just didn't vote.
Of course he won because people voted for him. How could you even possibly suggest that he didn't win because people voted for him?
So if he won and he's the president, what? I mean, I like Jill Stein, and Jill Stein just got arrested for her protesting. I think she might have just got bailed out, but she just got arrested because she's one of them people that be in the streets, fighting with the police and protesting and stuff. Me personally, I don't think that's effective, but, do what you do. It's America. But I do agree with his tariffs. I've been watching the investments that's coming back to America because they don't want to get that tariff. So it's like he just sold American citizenship, whether I think it's right or wrong, but he made some money off of it. He sold like $1 trillion worth of American citizenship. He just brought $1 trillion to the AI infrastructure. You had Rolls-Royce. I think they're coming to bring jobs to Ohio because they don't want to get tariffed. The main thing that he said that was important to me during the election is that a man is a man and a woman is a woman, and we will not castrate children, and that will become law. I love that. I don't think, like I said, you can say good things and bad things about U.S. presidents. All of them commit genocide. You even said to me, the Palestinian-Israeli thing is centuries old. There'll always be genocide and war over there. But I think I read today that he outlawed AIPAC, the American Israeli Political Action Committee, that pays most of our Congress members a salary or donates to their campaigns in the millions. So that Israel is always their first priority. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, so let me ask you this, because we were talking about the bad things about presidents. So tell me the bad things that Trump has done since he's been in office.
He has been a recalcitrant narcissist, trying to rename the Gulf of Mexico Gulf of America. I do not like his politics surrounding equal employment opportunity and him mass firing government employees or dismantling the Department of Education now willy-nilly. I do not like Hegseth and them and their chat discussions on who they going to bomb in Yemen and how. I do not like his suit and his hair. I would like to see him get a decent fade. I would definitely like to see him exercise and get that BMI together. I do not like the way him and his wife interact. It doesn't seem like they're very sexual. I don't like Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk and these foreign agents who have so much impact on an American president. You should not have that much proximity with opinion on that. That's what we have Congress for. That's what
you like
got,
him trying to change and or outlaw the Constitution?
I didn't hear that one. Damn, is he gonna do that? You can't do that though. We're in America. It's checks and balances. The judges will step in.
Those checks and balances may or may not hold up. Like, yeah, he wants to end birthright citizenship.
As he should. Now let's go with it. Let's go there for a second.
It's in the Constitution. He wants to prosecute people for
exercising.
Hold up.
Before we go there,
their First Amendment rights.
Before you go to your next one.
Okay.
Before you go to your next one. Birthright citizenship under the Constitution, Amendment 14, is only for those who are descendants of slaves. Birthright citizenship does not mean everybody in this world can come to America, including his ancestors, and get American citizenship.
It has traditionally meant that, and I think that'll be argued, I guess, at the Supreme Court.
That's why it needs to go to the Supreme Court. Birthright citizenship is for Black Americans only. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
He is deporting and attempting to prosecute people for exercising their First Amendment rights.
That's what Jill Stein just went to jail for too, about that guy Khalil. Now here's my thing about that. Again, racism in America has mostly been Black people let's not say black people, let's say the so-called Negro, let's say Negro, because when you say Negro, you attach the legacy of Jim Crow and civil rights and slavery to that group. When you say black, that could be anybody. So let's call ourselves Negro. When the Negro was fighting, wasn't none of these groups here. There wasn't no Asians here, wasn't no Indians here, wasn't no Mexicans here fighting with us. We was getting it in the field ourselves. That was our grandmas and grandpas. They was getting lynched. That was our people. So now that you got the right to come over here from your country that's being perpetually bombed because of American interests with Israel, you come over here on the courtesy of me opening up my home and my door to you to come here for education, and you come here and you're protesting, where I can just put you out my house. This
wait a minute,
house.
wait. Where did Jill Stein come from?
That's what she just got locked up for. The guy Khalil.
Right. No, I'm asking, and she was locked up. So where did she come from? She shouldn't have the right to protest.
She's an American citizen. She has the right to protest in
Didn't
America.
you just say she got locked up for protesting?
Oh, but she can go to court for it.
But she got locked up for it. But she got locked up for it.
That's what she got locked up for it. That's what happens in America.
And you're in favor of people being locked up
all the time.
You're in favor of people.
I didn't say I was in favor.
I'm asking the question.
I'm not in favor of you getting locked up for protesting, but I draw the line at a whole nother nation coming to America who do not have citizenship protesting in America. Go home and protest. Go home and tell your officials in your country to do what they need to do to protect you and your citizenship. Jill Stein is home. She's an American.
She's locked up for protesting.
I think she got out.
Well,
and you're conflating the issue, and this is why the Democrats.
I'm actually
losing.
not. Actually, you were conflating the issue.
Let's balance out the conversation.
You were conflating.
Jill Stein is an American. She's protected by the Constitution. Jill Stein is an American. She's protected by the Bill of Rights. So she has the right to freedom of speech.
And Donald Trump
to protest.
And Donald Trump does not necessarily agree that you should have that right.
And she will see him in court.
If it's against him or something that he believes in.
And she will see him in court because he is not a king, and he will have checks and balances.
He's not a king
yet.
yet.
That's why we have.
That's why they want to impeach judges simply because they rule against him. If you rule against Donald Trump and you're a judge, they want to impeach you.
I saw that too. That's terrible.
Like they did something, they violated the law or they violated their oath of office or they ruled against me. Impeach them. That don't sound like a king.
I don't think it's so much. Let's back up. Because again, we get excited and we shouldn't talk with emotion and excitement. Let's talk about the issue.
I'm not excited.
You're talking about it's not that he's protesting. It's not that the courts are protesting against Donald Trump. They're protesting against his executive orders, and their rulings are in opposition to his executive orders.
Exactly.
His executive order is saying that without due process, I'm kicking immigrants out of the country and sending them to El Salvador. The court is picking it up and saying you cannot do that because this is America, and because we are judges and we have a system of checks and balances, we get to check the president and stop him for whatever we feel is against the Constitution. Now, there is no presidential power that allows you to suspend the Constitution. You have Congress, you have the House of Representatives, you have judges, and you have the American people. So to get excited and angry about a fallacy, he gonna suspend the Constitution. How? That would mean your police stations would have to turn on their own. Go ahead, I'm listening.
The way that you do it, you have to be strategic. One way that you do it is you say you're gonna do it, and then when the people who are supposed to be the checks that balance everything don't agree with you, they start checking you you kick them out of office so that there's no one there to check you. So then you can just do whatever you want because you've done a few things. By kicking those people out, you've instilled a level of fear in the rest of them. So now they're afraid to rule against you because they'll get
How do you
kicked out of
impeach a
office.
judge and kick them out?
The same way you impeach a president.
Okay, so they would have to have a court hearing? It would have to be an impeachment inquiry?
Yes.
Okay, so they would still have to go again before Congress and the House of Representatives.
And how do you do that?
et
Have you
cetera, et
noticed
cetera.
that the Congress, they're just doing, because they're controlled by Republicans, they're just doing whatever he says? So if
That sounds serious.
if
That
they
sounds
want
real
to
serious.
impeach a judge, somebody
Mm-hmm.
already filed articles of impeachment or whatever to get the judge impeached simply because he ruled against the Trump administration.
That comes from Bukele of El Salvador, who is running a penal colony, who would love to continue to receive people from America to his prisons, because that's what he did in El Salvador.
No, it came
but
from
we are
it
not
came from
El
Trump.
Salvador.
No, it came
This
from
is
Trump.
America.
It came from Trump.
No, that's what Bukele did. Do you follow Trump and Twitter and Elon and Bukele and any of them?
I definitely
saw the
don't follow
discussion
Bukele.
occur.
But what
So
I'm telling you is, Trump,
for your reference,
reference.
I don't mean to talk over you, but I'm
That's
gonna
okay.
hang up and listen to you offline after I'm done, if you don't mind. For your reference, it was Elon Musk who suggested, because he can't get any of his executive orders pushed through, that we get rid of these judges. And Bukele was saying that's what we did in El Salvador. And shortly after, we started seeing those articles of impeachment.
actually,
And the point that I'm making is,
I remember hearing out of Donald Trump's own mouth, it doesn't matter where he got the suggestion, the wannabe king out of his own mouth said, we need to impeach these judges who are making these rulings against me.
well,
So it don't
back to
matter
what
where
is
the
his
suggestion
ruling.
came from. The would-be king wants the people who are supposed to be the checks gone if they check him.
But again, he would still have to go through a process. It's a lady right now in North Carolina, in defiance of his transgender ruling, pushing through right now as we speak, is pushing through. She's looking to rescind that law in North Carolina to make it legal for children to seek out those gender surgeries, and the kids being. The boys being in the girls' locker rooms and sports and all that. Right now, she's pushing that.
Okay.
And her community is pushing back,
All right.
saying the federal law is what, Trump is saying. So if Trump is saying, this is the law, a man is a man, a woman is a woman, there is no difference, and leave the kids' genitals alone.
But
And that's
Trump
the
doesn't
law.
actually
and a
make
judge
law.
come back,
The president
and
doesn't
a judge
actually make
comes
law.
back, and a judge comes back and says, as a judge has come back and said, the ACLU picked up the case and said that's against this person's free, rights and responsibilities here in the nation. They have the right to seek transgender surgery if they want to. We will see you in court, President Trump.
Okay.
That's what we do here. We go back and forth to court.
But
I am not
asking you,
Satan
but
the devil.
But what I'm asking you, it's an honest question, is do you support a president even calling for the impeachment of a judge simply because he ruled against his administration?
I do think some judges should be impeached, like the judge that got out when Biden gave him a pardon for locking up all those kids and getting a kickback and a profit. He should have been impeached. He should have been set down. And instead of him being locked up, they should have got him out of office first.
Now,
there
Marquetta,
are instances where you have to do that.
Marquetta, may I suggest something? Here's what it seems like. It feels like to me. And it's just feeling. I can't, just
we talking. I don't listen. Before you say what you're gonna say, I don't take nothing you say personal.
Okay.
All my bills is paid. But go ahead.
It feels like you have an issue with being critical. Like, you didn't mind being critical of George W. Bush. You didn't mind being critical of Bill Clinton. You didn't mind being critical of Barack Obama. You didn't mind being critical of Joe Biden. But every time I'm critical of Donald Trump, you got a defense for it. That's interesting.
I'm not, because you're critical of Donald Trump, and I have no problem with that. But I'm talking about the executive orders and the law and the substance of the law. If you want to talk about Trump, we can talk about how Trump sold out the American people by taking $100 million from some Jewish woman in order to support AIPAC and Israel. If you want to talk about Donald Trump, then you would talk about how he's using the office to enrich himself and how much money him and his family profits from the office. What I'm talking about is law. And the substance of law.
I'm talking about law.
The protection of the Constitution and the checks and balances.
That's what I'm talking about.
You're talking about Trump and personality.
No.
I'm talking about the legality of the issue.
I have not talked.
Go ahead.
You the one who brought up personality and his suits and his hair. I didn't bring any of that stuff up. I brought up the legal things that he's attempting to do. I've only talked about law.
And I've only pointed out to you why legally on both sides you got checks and balances. We learned that in elementary. The president is not a king. He can't willy-nilly just, even with the destruction of the Department of Education, it still has to go before Congress and the House of Representatives. Now here's the reason I'm gonna call, and I'm gonna hang up after this, I promise.
All right.
If you on a ship, Emanuel, and the ship is sinking,
right,
and the other half of the ship on fire,
okay,
what you're going to do is you're going to stay in the boat or you're going to jump out?
Me, I'm going to probably try to put out the fire on the other half of the boat with the water that's coming in from the part of the ship that's sinking. And then if I'm unsuccessful, then I ain't got no choice. I'm going to be in the water anyway.
And you're going to be running back and forth from the water to the fire.
Why not?
Out of breath, tired.
Okay.
Trying to balance both.
All right.
I would seek a life vest. I would look out into the sea. I would look out into the sea and see if there is a Coast Guard or if there's help. There's someone who has built a boat that could possibly get me to safety.
This is a very complicated analogy.
I'm sorry for this. I don't mean to make it complicated. For me, I would jump out that motherfucking boat.
Just so you know, you gave two options and you left all of that other stuff off the table. Now,
I'm sorry.
So let's re-ask the question. Emanuel, what would you do if you on a boat and it's one half of it is sinking and the other half is on fire, but it's some lifeboats out there and some life jackets and the Coast Guard is waiting over just in swimming distance? What would you do?
That's my question.
Of course, I would swim put on the life vest, get in a lifeboat, and row over to the Coast Guard.
Okay, and that's what a third party is.
That is 100% not what a third party is.
That's what a third party is, because the Democratic Party has a 21% approval rate. Right now, they are, I swear to God, black people, we being driven crazy. They want to see you in the streets rioting and combating with these way left liberals. I don't do protesting. I admire Jill Stein, but you would never see me in the streets protesting. Never.
All right.
And I would never vote Republican, and I'm never going to go back and vote for a Democrat after all that they have done.
But somehow you will defend.
Jump out of that boat.
But somehow you will defend the Republicans.
Who defending the Republicans?
You this entire call, you've defended Donald Trump vigorously.
Nobody's defending him.
Yes, you are.
I've explained to you
You
why.
may not know it. But you are.
If you read the news articles, the reason why he's calling for impeachment of judges is because of his executive orders.
Right,
if you ordered Chipotle and they said, here go your Chipotle, and it's missing the beans and the rice.
That's a horrible
This is what I ordered when I got here. And ain't no beans and rice on here. I want to speak to a manager.
That's a horrible analogy.
Say it again.
That's a horrible analogy.
I don't know why. I want beans and rice on my Chipotle, and you don't have the right to take beans and rice from me if I pay for it.
Unless there's a judge who definitely has that right.
And that's why I'm Karen, and I want to speak to your manager, who would be the judge. And the issue would be the beans and rice. Manager, why are you here? Because there's no beans and rice on my Chipotle. It's very simple.
You are 100% defending Trump and his administration so far.
I am anti-democratic. I am not pro any American
But you're not
president
anti-Trump administration, that's for sure.
I like Trump and what he's doing with gender identification.
You
Same
like
way
Trump.
I like Biden and what he did for COVID people and giving them unemployment benefits.
There's nothing
while they
wrong
were
with you
fired.
liking Trump. You can say it. You can say, I like Trump.
I like Trump's politics on gender. I do not like Trump's toupee.
Okay, there you go.
Now,
so you don't like the personality stuff, but you like Trump's policies. Okay.
On some things. Same way, like I said about Barack Obama, he was right to do what he did with the Affordable Care Act, but wrong with what he did in Libya. Same way I can acknowledge that Barack Obama is a black man to us, but is a white man to his family.
But I bet you this. I'll bet you this. If I started
trying to frame me up as some Candace Owens,
if I started openly criticizing Barack Obama about things that he did, you wouldn't be defending him as hard as you've been defending Trump this call.
Who's defending Trump?
You.
I'm talking about law.
Oh, you should go back and listen.
Those are the facts, Emanuel.
Okay.
And I'm gonna end. I promise I'm gonna end because I know, like I said, I don't usually come over here. But somebody inboxed me. I guess he was trying to bait me into a conversation.
Who inboxed
with Brent Beard.
Okay.
I don't even know this man. I've never, I've been calling you since 2009 or something like that. Probably, but even before that. But I don't know who he is. But he was inboxing me, trying to get me over to the conversations that y'all have on the bus. I don't go to the bus.
I'm not on the bus.
But I love Emanuel, y'all. This is I listen to Emanuel sometimes, but I'm not going to be framed as if I'm some Trump.
You were defending him. It's just the truth. You got a right to defend your guy. Hello? Hello? Oh, I don't know what happened. All right. Well, I'm going to guess she hung up. You got a right to defend your guy. I'm not mad at you. I got nothing against Marquetta. Actually, I met Marquetta once. I used to talk to Marquetta off air and laugh all the time. She's a nice lady. She's funny. And yeah, all of that stuff. So, but you got a right to defend your guy. I'm not against it. So I'm not judging you for it. And just saying that you're doing it is not judging you. It's not framing you as anything. It's just pointing out what happened. What were we? We wasn't even really talking about anything. We weren't really talking about anything. I didn't get into anything to talk about before we all started. I started getting calls before I even mentioned anything. Only thing I got a chance to actually discuss was Terrence. That was it. And that was just supposed to be a little piece of it. No, this is why I brought him up about and I guess I talked about it and then everything went off the rails, saying that I don't necessarily agree. That your son, I wouldn't take my gay makeup son to the prom. But after the other conversations, it was crazy. Jerica says, you did not say hello to me today. I didn't say hello to a whole lot of people because into my hellos, people started calling. I don't even think I was halfway finished saying hello, and the phone started ringing. So I started taking calls. I started taking calls, and I missed saying hello to most people. So hello to everyone. Hello to everyone. If Brent, I like it when people call, period. So I got nothing against Marquetta calling. So if Brent reached out to Marquetta to get her to call, then good for Brent. All of y'all should reach out to somebody and get them to listen or get them to call. Yeah, I know one thing that I really like about Marquetta is she does not mind calling and speaking her mind. And we can disagree. And, a lot of times we do disagree, even though a lot of times we agree. We can disagree, and that be that. So, yeah. Y'all, it's like almost 5:15. I got to get out of here. I told y'all this show was going to be short. I didn't even think it was going to last as long as it did. But any other questions before I go? I think I got energy for that. Any other questions before I go? Oh, and somebody said I was being shady earlier. I feel like I'm never shady. Oh, hold on. Caller.
You see my name on there talking about caller.
Twin. Okay, I didn't see your name.
Stop pump faking, man. You see my name up there.
I did not see your name.
Talking about caller. I ain't no new caller.
I did not see your name.
No. What's up, E, man?
How you doing, sir?
Nothing. I'm all right, man. Just listen to you and watch you in case I don't burn my food up, man. You been all right, man?
I've been good. How about you?
I'm blessed. I can't complain.
How the little baby doing?
He sleep, man. Finally got that little rascal to sleep.
Oh, all right.
So mama come through the door. Hey, yeah, breakdown for me. But he sleep. Hey, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man.
Yes, sir.
I heard you a little while ago, player. No, I wouldn't do it, man. To each his own, but, man, I can't do it, man. I just can't get down with this, man.
What are you talking about?
What you was talking about a little while ago, man, and taking your son on prom and she on prom. And I seen that, man. I'm like, man, this is what I'm talking about. Stuff like this. I had to double look. I'm like, is that a girl or woman? Then I had seen the comments and what it's about. Dad take his son and goes viral. I'm like, man, Lord have mercy.
What would you do, twin, if
you know what I would do?
Hold on, I would do? Let me get the question out. What would you do?
Let me tell you, man.
Let me get the question out before you tell me. You might not be answering what I'm asking. What would you do if your son grew up to be gay?
Go get that 357 and go in the backyard. That's the way I feel. I said it before. I don't condone that. I want to grow up like that, man. Let me tell you something about me. Okay?
That's horrible.
I had a daughter. I got a daughter, right? My oldest. I got a 23-year-old. And I didn't know she was she liked to get a fire started, right? She was gay. And what caught my attention is I was looking at the news in Chicago. Shorty got shot because my cousin got killed prior to her friend got killed. So I'm looking at the news. I'm like, Shorty look familiar. So all of a sudden, the next day, my daughter called me. I said, what's up, babe? And then she said, Daddy, she said something. And I said, what's wrong? And I'm like, what? And she was telling me, and I'm like, that Shorty that got killed with her, that was your what? And she told me, like, baby, I didn't know you was, and then I'm like, let me process for a minute. Let me process this.
And so you killed her?
What?
You killed her?
Come on, man. Come on, let's be real, man. All that joking, no.
No, I'm not joking. I asked you point blank, what would you do if you found out that your son was gay? Your response was you would take him in the backyard with the 357, kind of insinuating that you would murder them. Then you tell me a story where it seems like your daughter is gay. So it's my mind says he found out his daughter was gay. He got a 357.
Man. Come on, man. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. Man, you just, I mean, you know, it's Funny Bone in Liberty Township. You want to go there? It's a Funny Bone there. No, just catch up to the story I'm saying.
Okay.
I said I got a daughter in the same situation as dude is, and I didn't condone the stuff she did. It was shocking to me. And I'm looking at Chicago news and seeing on the news her friend or whatever, lover, whoever she is to her. And I'm like, I know Shorty from somewhere. My cousin prior to that got killed from where old girl stayed at. And I didn't know because I was telling my daughter, I know her from somewhere. And then she like, oh, such and such. I said, yeah. I like, she is. I said, yeah, I knew her. And it was shocking to me. And I'm like, let me process this when she was telling me the situation. I said, baby girl, you like to get a 5-star? She like, yeah, Daddy, but then
wait,
like,
hold on, stop. I know you being serious, and I'm being serious too, even though I can't help. What, get a fire started? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
You know how they, bumping cooches and all that, man, bumping that monkey together and stuff, man. Start a spark, man.
That's kind of what I thought you meant, but I wasn't 100% sure. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
so you asked your daughter
like
if she was gay.
Yeah, and it really hurt me because, I thought, my daughter, little dummy all up in her, but it's like get a 5-star. I'm like, oh, baby, and it hurt me a little bit, man. I ain't gonna hold you up. It hurt me. And then, came back to reality and said, hey, baby, you still getting down with the get down? She's like, no, Dad. I said, that's good, man. I'm proud of you. I said, you killed me with that one. I don't condone. I love you, but Daddy don't condone it. I want to talk that way. But, I was just experiencing just doing something. I said, okay, but, hey, man, I'm shaking my head still trying to process it, man.
Wait, so to answer the first question, you were
I told my son them before. I told him, I said, hey, if y'all ever do some goofy stuff like that, I'm like, just go get my 38.
But in all reality, if you found out that your son was gay, you would talk to him and come to grips with it.
No, I'm not accepting it.
You accepted it with your daughter.
I didn't even accept that.
You did.
Really?
You clearly did.
Man, I didn't. After that, it was still, I couldn't process it, man. I couldn't believe it, man. My daughter gangster, man.
Right, but you have come to the conclusion that she was a fire starter and that it was acceptable to you. Because she's your daughter.
Because I ain't accepting nothing that I don't agree with.
Because she's your daughter and you still love her.
I love her condition, but, man, I just don't accept your ways and what you doing.
Right.
I mean,
you would do the same thing with your son. You would love them unconditionally. You just wouldn't like what they're doing.
Just don't do it in front of me. Because you can't come to my... Hold on, player. You can't come to my face or come to my crib and tell us, Diddy, what's up? And you and your lover sitting next to each other, kissing and holding hands. No, you're not going to do that. That spirit not going to come up in... That spirit not gonna come up in here. No, you keep that to yourself. I'm not gonna say how you doing, ma'am, how you doing, and you different sex. No, I'm not gonna do that. That's not gonna happen.
They know that you're somewhat intolerant, and so they
know not to bring that bull to me. To my
they
face.
wouldn't be kissing and holding hands in front of your face.
I don't care.
But there's a really good chance. But there is a really.
If you're in my presence, I'm not condone. I'm not with that. Go with it down the street with that.
Right.
There's gay clubs and somewhere else. Go there. Don't do that in front of me.
So
you would piss me off.
You would still love your child unconditionally.
Hell yeah, I love my.
And because of that, if they came over your house just with a friend, you will be cool with it. As long as they ain't holding hands and kissing.
Then I just say if they come at me in my face, if the presence in my face,
You wouldn't know they're not kissing or holding hands. You don't even know that that's their boyfriend or girlfriend. You just know this is my son and his friend.
You done lost your mind. Anybody come in my face around my house, who is that? I'm checking in like TSA.
How do you
Who
check
is
that? Hold on. Right, who is that? That's my friend.
No, okay. Man, you cool. We 100. I bring dude over there. Twin, who is that?
My friend.
Dude getting up, walking around your house. Twin, who is that?
My friend.
He pacing, looking all stupid and all that.
Why he
Sideways.
gotta be doing all that?
What you say?
Why he gotta be doing all that? He just sitting there.
No. You got some crazy people that look at you sideways or on cloud nine.
You
got
creating
people
a whole ridiculous scenario too.
You just can't catch up and stuff because you always talk about. I don't understand. Understand.
No, your son comes home or over your house with a friend.
You want to know your surroundings. What if he a murderer? What if he a child molester or something, a thief or something? But you want to know who's around?
Right. There's no way for you to know that just by looking at him.
Oh, my God. I don't know who I'm talking to or whatever podcast this is.
I'm trying
because
to tell
you be flipping the microwave too long, man. That popcorn is burning.
No, hold on, twin.
You do it too long, man.
Wait, twin.
That air fryer you using, man, is dead.
Oh my God, twin. You have a daughter, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever see any of your not lovers? Did your daughter?
Food almost done, babe. What'd you say?
Did your daughter ever have a friend in her life?
A boyfriend?
No, just a friend.
Like what? You talking about boyfriend or what?
No, I'm talking about just a friend. Daddy, this is my friend Tanya. Just a friend.
Of course, man. Quit playing, man.
But how do you know that they wasn't starting fires? How do you
told
know
me.
that? Huh?
She told me.
No, she wouldn't.
I was like,
if she
hold on.
She wouldn't necessarily. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. Is
Let me
that
tell
they
you
could
this,
come
man.
to the
Let me
house
tell you, my
with
kid's polite to me. My kid's polite. They be like, "Hey, this my homie such and such." I say, "Okay, where you from?" This my home girl. We go to school together. All right, where she from? I want to know because I might know
but
these
that
people.
don't tell you if they're gay.
Man, I know my kids and everything.
Apparently
nigga.
not. You didn't know that your daughter was a fire starter. Apparently, some things can just slip right under the radar. And you don't be mad to me. I know my kids, but you found out when your daughter was 20-something that she was starting fires.
You didn't let me finish the story though. But you want to keep jumping back to that little dude that went on with his daddy prom or whatever.
I thought you finished the story. Go ahead.
No, I ain't finished. You jump back to old boy.
Finish the story.
Yeah. So I'm on the news looking and everything. And my daughter, I call her, I say, "Hey, you know such and such?" She's like, "Yeah." So she told me, and that's when I couldn't shake it. So I went on Facebook. They all, buddy, laid up and all fight, flicking and all that. I said, "Damn." I'm like, "Damn, dude, what the hell going on?"
They was flicking.
And it hurt my heart, and I'm shaking. So I'm like, "Hey, I know that was your baby and all that, your little and so you like to get a 5-star." So she laughing, "Diddy, what? You crazy?" I said, "But hey, you gay, man." And she said, "Yeah, that was my love." And she came out and told her. I'm like, "Damn."
How old was she when this happened?
Huh?
How old was she?
Shoot, man, 21, I want to say.
Okay, go ahead.
About 2021, yeah.
All right.
So my baby, she about to be 24.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. So, man, I just ain't with it, man.
Wait, is that the whole story?
Yeah, that's the whole part of it.
You already told us that. You said I didn't let you finish the story. You told us that story, and you got to the point of the story where a little later on, something happened, and then you found out that she changed her mind and she wasn't gay no more.
Okay, when I seen her the last after that, all that after she got killed, and all that her side piece, whatever the girl is. After that, I seen her on Facebook again, and I called her, who is that? And then she told me that's my guy, and I say, be careful and everything, because the area she was in Chicago, and I say, man, just be careful and all that, and, do your resume on Shorty, dude, and everything, and,
Okay, so I have another question for you. What is flicking?
Huh?
What is flicking?
What do I say, flicking?
Yeah. You said you went on her Facebook page and they had pictures, they was all laid up and flicking and stuff.
Taking pictures and laid up and everything, all that.
Oh, taking pictures, that's flicking. Okay.
Yeah, throwing up signs, all goofy stuff.
Okay, I didn't know what flicking was. I thought
man,
flicking
you need to get out that basement, man.
Bro,
that's what you need. Quit being
nosy and quit saying.
Different. I see why.
I'm not the only person who didn't know what flicking was.
I'm saying, I see why you say you don't understand on a lot of situations what we be talking about. And I heard what you said when Marquetta was on there too. When I was right, when I was talking about you yesterday.
What did I say?
I forgot what it was. She just so much going through my head right now. I'm trying to watch my food, but she was saying the same thing I was saying.
Two people can be wrong.
Yeah, but in Emanuel book, hey, he the king of talking. I'm always right. You would never confess that you was wrong in anything.
That's not true. I've confessed that I was wrong on this very podcast.
That was David Stinger did that. It wasn't you. That was your other inside flesh. That wasn't you.
I don't even know what that means.
Come on, man. Yeah, you know what it means. Stop pump faking on here, man. I respect you now, but you play
But the bottom line is, you wouldn't necessarily know that was your son's boyfriend who he brought over to the house. You would just think.
You're a damn lie.
You would just think.
You're a damn lie.
No, you wouldn't.
I'll people sit you out in a minute. You're a damn lie.
You didn't know that your daughter was starting fires.
Man, when I said I seen Shorty and she on the block, I'm like, who is that? And she said, yeah, I know her. And I went to the Facebook and I seen it. Then I confronted her about it. That's when
right, but that was at 20. So for 20 years, she was a fire starter.
My daughter ain't been. Man, stop playing, man. My daughter ain't been licking coochie 20 years, goofy.
What, you think she just licked it once and was like, you think like a taste test or something? She was probably gay since she was little. I mean, I doubt she been licking for 20 years, probably for 4, 7, somewhere around in there. But you didn't know.
How long you been licking coochie, Dean, since you want to go there? They don't say that about my daughter, man. She been licking no coochie 5, 7 years.
You think she didn't start until she was 20?
Man, I know a lot of people, I don't know, like that, but you don't say that goofy stuff that just came out your mouth.
You think that was the first fire she started?
No, man, I don't know, but I know it. I know enough, a little bit to believe her. If she tell me, okay, I'll run with it. But I'm not in the bed.
She didn't tell you that this is the first fire I ever started.
I'm not in her bedroom looking and all that.
Exactly. So you wouldn't know. That's the point. You would not know.
Man, I'm going by what the flicks and all that and everything else, man. You don't know what a person is doing.
Exactly.
I don't monitor the situation like.
That's
okay, man, you just
telling you wouldn't know. You sitting there, I could spot it, sissy. You couldn't spot it. You had to see some flicking.
If somebody in your face and you can really be judgmental, you can really observe somebody and in your face like, yeah, this nigga, he on something. Something ain't right about this nigga.
No.
He just moving too.
Just like
you a damn lie, nigga. What the worst you live on?
Just like you did not know about your daughter.
If I was listen here. If she was in my face and I look up at her ways, you can tell about somebody's ways and how they act. They body language and everything else. You can feel a vibe, some type of vibe like, nah, I ain't feeling that vibe.
So when you was with your daughter, you didn't feel that vibe?
Jesus Christ.
Because you
why you do that to pump up your ratings? Why we just can't talk like a man? You wanna be a podcast or a comedian? Which one you want to be, man? We can't really talk like
understand.
no.
You're saying one thing, and it would be different if you're like, ain't none of my kids gay. If my kids was gay, I would know they was gay. I would be able to tell. But you can't. You just told us a story about your daughter being gay and you didn't know. So you definitely can't say, if my kid was gay, I would know. You can't say that because your kid was gay and you didn't know. Apparently it's not that easy to tell.
I understand what you so-called saying, whatever you trying to pump out, but just go flatline that shit back on the clothesline. Because you're not making no damn sense. I know you're trying to hype up your little Emanuel Livingston, whatever crowd, but I'm not jumping this shit. Go find some cheerleader somewhere else. Like I said before, dude, listen here. When I seen her and I seen her info on Facebook and all that, what was going on and everything else, and where my cousin got killed at and her girl or whatever thing stay on the same block. I'm like, Shorty, baby, you all right? And everything, and yeah, I know Shorty and stuff. And you knew her? Yeah. And I go to her page, I see it, and it was shocking to me. And I call her, I'm like, hey, you like to get her and stuff, and it was like that, and it was shocking because I'm like, damn.
But before that, you did not know, right?
She had a nigga way before that.
Right. So before that, you didn't. All I'm trying to let you know is that you can't necessarily just look at somebody and be like, yeah, they gay. I can tell. Look at them. Unless they're like overtly gay, you can't always tell. That's all I'm trying to get you to understand. You can't always tell.
Man, I know some people, man, that's hardcore. I can bring around you, and they can probably cuff your little ass and shit.
What?
Yeah, you heard me.
I don't even know what that means.
And you wouldn't even know and shit. You like, what?
Wait. Okay. Explain.
Don't worry about it, man.
Explain. Come on. I'm confused. Explain what that means to me. I thought it meant one thing, and then you said I wouldn't know. And if it was what I think it was, I would definitely know. So what does that mean? You got some homies that'll cuff me. What does that mean?
No, some studs. I know. I didn't bring her around. You wouldn't even know. You'd be thinking they dudes and you wouldn't even know.
Right, but wait, hold on.
You would know. You wouldn't know.
No, you're confusing the hell out of me now because you said you don't be around those type of people. So what you mean you got some homies that's some studs, but you don't mess with gay people. You don't hang around gay people.
I do business with studs, man.
Now you do business with trannies, but not too long ago,
studs,
bro,
man.
you
girls.
You said gay people. I know. Look, I can hear those little slips. You know what I'm saying? I do business with some gay studs. Yeah, you do business with trannies and studs and all of that kind of stuff. But up until now, you've told us you don't even deal with them people. You don't be around them people. You don't F with them people. But now you do business with them?
Does, man. You hear me? I do business with studs and everything.
But I thought you said you don't deal with them at all.
Let me stop playing with your goof ass. You'll believe anything.
I don't know what to believe.
Stop playing.
I don't know what to believe, and I still don't know what exactly that means. They cuff me up, and I wouldn't know. I don't know what that means.
What's that? Let me stop playing with your ass.
Okay.
You need to stop, though, man.
I'm so confused.
I know you is. That's what yesterday and everything try to get down on me. Oh, you Trump lover and all that. No.
I didn't say you was a Trump lover. All I said was you're partially responsible for everything he does because you voted for him. That's all I said.
No, you pissed me off with that. No, damn well.
But it's true. If the truth pisses you off, then it just pisses you off. I'm not going to apologize for telling the truth.
No, I don't want to do that. You probably will block me on my call next time like you did. Got in your feces. So, no.
What are you talking about feces for? I don't...
Because you got in your feeling because I said your show was bored, even though somebody else probably said it. But you took it out on me and click. No, I'm not letting you through.
Okay.
Let me on 24-hour notice.
All right.
Well, it's time for you to go.
Yeah, it's time for me to go.
All right.
All right.
Enjoy your day, man.
You
Be
do
the
the
reason
same.
somebody be mad and say,
All right,
I'm just
twin.
playing. Bye,
All
bye.
right. All right. That's twin. So much to be confused about there. So much to be confused about there. I wasn't sure what fire starting was. I thought that was what, but I wasn't sure. I didn't know what flicking was. I thought flicking was something. I didn't know flicking was taking pictures. I've been guilty of flicking. I'm pretty good at flicking too, but I didn't think it was taking pictures. I thought flicking was something else. And somebody gonna cuff me? I don't know exactly what that means. Was he saying that he knows some people? I felt like he was saying they would rape me. But somehow I wouldn't know. I think I would know if somebody was, cuffing me. I feel like I would know. Like you wouldn't be able to secretly do that and me not know unless you did some Bill Cosby stuff. There's so much to be confused about. Brent.
I would like to apologize to you, starting off, because in the past I did openly encourage you to do a ride along with Twin, but it sounds like he would take you to places not only would dudes run up in you, but you would know that they ran
I
in
wouldn't
you.
know it.
So I apologize. Oh my goodness, I don't want you to, do anything that you do not want to do. So I definitely apologize for that. But I missed quite a bit of the show. But I did go back and see a comment from Daryl saying that I was sliding into Marquetta's DM. So I missed quite a bit of it. But let me get some clarity to the situation. Maybe nobody called and explained it. Today, Terrence was hosting
Yes.
the show, and just like always, they had technical difficulties where I never knew they had to take a whole computer out in order to update it or fix it, whatever. So I was like, the comment section is enjoyable for me, and seems like quite a few people. So I went ahead and went Facebook Live for the first time on the Friends of Cincinnati page.
Okay.
So first time going live, so I was like, okay, who to send it to? And I got a couple of groups I'm in with a bunch of people, and I just kept on going down the line and everything. And Marquetta's name was there. I'm like, okay, yeah. We hit Marquetta too, and we hit Jerica and hit, I'm pretty sure I hit Daryl and Samuel, a bunch of other people that's, normally in the chat. And then afterwards, the show and everything, and she messaged me back and said, nah, not verbatim, but I can, host the entire chat, but pretty much, nah, I don't mess with y'all. Y'all go ahead and have that. And only, current polls say 27% of the Democrats, they don't have a 27% approval.
Mm-hmm.
And, y'all need to fix that and everything. And I was like, we need to have a black-centered political party. I was like, well, cool. Well, if that's the case, why don't you go ahead and start a black-centered, a black-centered political party, since you feel so strongly about it. And then she just, she snapped like, she normally does. I was like, okay, well, cool. So I don't even know you like that. I'm like, cool, my bad, but you talk about this, and she said because she said we've been talking about it for over 20 years, and she was like, well, no, I've been talking about it for over 35 years. I'm like, okay, you've been talking about a black-centered political party for over 35 years and waiting for someone else to do it, but you ain't doing it. But you openly advocated for Jill Stein, who I'm 99.44% sure the Green Party ain't black-centered or black-focused. So, maybe that's what she got upset about. But, hey, no problem. You don't want me contacting you? Hey, ain't no big deal. You can stay over there, continue to talk loud and say nothing.
I thought she said
other people to do
that you was inboxing her to get her to call this show. And so she called this show. And I asked her, well, who inboxed you and told you to call this show? And she said, Brent Beard. I'm not even sure exactly who he is. So that's the way that I perceived the story.
That is 100% not true, because you don't even listen to Lincoln's show.
I do.
Well, you don't participate. Well, you got burner accounts too. My bad. I won't make up false statements like that. But no, I did not inbox her to tell her to call into Lincoln's show or your show or any other show. Now, the other day I did tag Janice and tell her to call in to Lincoln's show, because there was a bunch of idiots that were calling in, and to balance out the force. Her, Jennifer, Trucker Vernon, because the normal racists and conservatives would call in to Lincoln's show, and Lincoln lets them go on for way too long. But no, I don't know Marquetta like that. So that's all that was. But yeah, she was probably upset that I was telling her to pretty much get up off your ass and do something, if that's what you feel so strongly about the Democrats. Because I never hear that much vitriol towards Republicans, but I love her passion and everything, but her conclusions just be a little bit out there at times. But no, absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not. But I forgot, what else was I going to call in about? I didn't have any notes, because like I said, I'm just now getting back in here. But that was it. I saw that from Daryl. I'm like, okay, let me set the record straight. And so I'm setting the record straight.
All right.
All right.
Is set straight.
Pardon me?
So the record is set straight.
The record is set straight. But all right, hey, will you guys take it easy? And I'll talk to you maybe tomorrow if you're on.
All right.
Okay.
Brent, enjoy the rest of your evening.
Bye.
All right. That was Brent. All right. I'm still confused. I don't know what's going to happen to me with Twin and his stud friends. Find me. What are they going to do to me? I don't know what they going to do to me. What? It don't matter, because I'm not even going to know what they've done to me once they've done it to me. And was that Dominique or Alethea? It was one of the Killer Bees. Oh no. Alethea, okay. So let me get this right. Twin is gonna have a stud turn out or turn on. What would the stud do? That's so confusing. You're gonna have a woman force herself on me? And I'm not gonna know that she forced herself on me? But it's going to turn me out. So I'm going to because I like women now, but I'm going to like women that like women. I don't thoroughly understand what's going to happen. I don't understand the threat. What's the threat? What's the threat? Okay, the studs is gonna run up in me and flick me. I don't know. What's the threat there? I don't understand the threat. Oh, I'm so confused. I am so confused. Maybe the stud will make you gay, but it's a stud. I mean, it's a woman. How's the woman gonna do? What is the woman gonna do? I don't. Alethea.
Wait. Hey. Okay. I am so sorry, but Dominique came in the chat and said, "What did she come in on?" And I had to put twins. He was going to have some studs turn you out. And I thought that was the funniest thing I've ever heard anyone say. And let me tell you something. When somebody tell you that, you better believe them. Because that's just something. You just don't say that to people. Oh, God. be secretly done, you know?
Right, I'm not gonna know.
This a sneak move. So, and the thing is, like, I'm just picturing studs are very managed, and they have their pants hanging low, and their underwears are showing, and and every stud that I know, and I hate to say that I kind of put them in a class, but every stud I know have big breasts and a big bottom. And I'm like, what? I can just picture them ganging up on you. Actually, maybe at this award ceremony, you know, that you maybe they'll show up there, you know? Oh gosh. Oh, Eli, I'm gonna tell you that is funny, and I'm just gonna believe him. That's just something you just.
I still don't understand the threat.
Yeah. I guess it was supposed to flatter you.
Oh.
You know.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's supposed to flatter you where you feel like two studs is going to turn you out. You know.
But I'm not gonna know.
Hey, you're not. It's a sneak move. You will never see them coming. I'm so sorry. I had to call when you said one of the killer bees. I said, don't put that on me. I'm just repeating the man. Hey, I'm telling you, your show better and better every day. Every day. So be careful at this award show, okay?
I will be careful.
First of all, I want to come. Now I'm interested. Where do I buy tickets? And my next question is, can I sit close to your table? And can I bring two guests with me? Because Dominique got to be one.
But if it's done secretly, would you even know that it's happening when it happens?
Oh, no, you.
Oh no.
Wait. Woo. I'm just glad that he didn't say two gay men or two gay boys in your words, two gay boys. You know, that is crazy. That's crazy work. But keep your eyes open, Eli, please, okay?
I will keep my eyes open.
Yeah, just be on the alert. Keep your head on the swivel. You'll never see it coming. Oh, gosh. But you have a great evening.
Alethea, you do the same.
Thank you.
All right. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. I don't always understand. Oh. Hold on. Them studs can't even hide them booties. Jerica says, help me understand what was said. Twin threatened? That if I barely even remember, if I came with him, he could have some studs cuff me, and I wouldn't even know it. I'm still not 100% sure what he means, but apparently, I don't, not 100% sure. Not 100% sure. Y'all, I got to get out of here now. Now y'all done kept me to almost 6 o'clock. And I told y'all I was going to be out of here before, way before 5. I enjoy you guys. Oh, hold on a second. Brent is no longer on the line. All right. I enjoy you guys. Yeah, I said if anybody had any questions, then I would answer them. I had enough energy for that. I don't know that I have any more energy. I want to go take a nap, but I got stuff to do, and if I take a nap, I'm afraid I won't wake up until tomorrow. Anthony says, you know what he means, cuffed and... I don't think he meant cuffed, like handcuffed. Now, wait a minute. That's really I thought he meant, like, you know how they be like, it's cuffing season? I thought that was what he meant, not handcuffed. So now I'm even more confused. Okay. I'm very confused. Very confused. That's what Jericho says cuff like spooning. That's what I thought, but somebody just said cuff like handcuffed. I don't know. It was a very weird threat. It was a very weird threat. All right. I got to get out of here. Yeah, cuffing and flicking and fire starting. I learned 2 of those things today. The other one I'm still confused on. Okay, cuff meaning snatch me up. Okay. He clarified. I learned flicking, which is different than my version of flicking. Fire starting and cuff today. Thank you, twin. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. I already knew that. I just didn't know, Tanika, that was fire starting. I thought it might be. And, friction, the hair and everything. I get it. I get it. So, it makes sense. All right. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day for real this time. I'm going to go do some stuff. As always, be the reason that somebody smiles. Until next time, I'm out, y'all. Peace.